We're doing our very first YouTube video and we're starting in constructive rest as outlined on the newsletter blog called Start Moving at Home. So I have a folded blanket here just to ensure that the back of my neck is nice and long. I'm just resting my hands on the floor beside me, and I'm very aware of the contact my feet are making with the ground, my tailbone, my hands and the back of my head. So I'm just going to scan my body now before we start and just take a few breaths and feel the weight of my body on the ground. Beautiful. And I'm just checking to see if there's any tension held anywhere, perhaps through my feet. Perhaps there's tension in my quads, around my pelvis, and particularly my rib cage, just allowing it to soften onto the mat. Beautiful. So this is what we call constructive rest position. And now we're going to start with the pelvic curls. So we're going to breathe in and then allow our spine to curl this way. So our pubic bone is curling softly towards my chin. And then I'm going to take a breath in. And on the next breath out, take my spine into a soft arching. And I'll do that one more time. Breathe in and curl back. So there's a lovely fluid and gentle movement of the spine. Beautiful. Now I'm going to settle the pelvis between the curling and the arching, and this is what we call neutral pelvis. So our pubic bone and two hip bones form a flat triangle. We could rest a glass of celebratory champagne there and it would stay nice and still. I'm only going to do 2 repetitions of each of the exercises as they're outlined in the blog. And so the first one is the leg slide. At home, you can do this practice doing about 6 or 8 reps. So breath in and slide this leg away without the pelvis moving on the breath out. When we arrive, breathe in, feel the connection of the transverse and the pelvic floor and the holding power of the pelvis as we slide the leg back in. Beautiful. So we're looking for stability and stillness of the pelvic bones. Just going to do the other leg. So allowing that deep psoas muscle to lengthen softly here, and there's a folding at the hip joint as we return that foot along the floor. Beautiful. Now we go to knee side, so taking a breath in, connecting, and allowing this knee to just fall out towards the side without the big toe losing contact with the floor and without the bones of the pelvis moving. And a breath in out there, connect, and return. Now the other side, breath in, connection, give it time, and then allow for this knee to softly open out. Beautiful. Big toe on the floor. This leg does not move. Breathe in and return. Lovely. You might notice that my heels are at the end of this mat that I have on the floor, and that's going to guide me during the single knee floats. So I'm taking a breath in, breath out, folding at the hip joint, which is in here at your underpants line. Allow that foot to float off the floor and no change at the knee joint. There's a verticality to the thigh bone as the head of the femur settles into the hip joint. Breathe in and breathe out to our core muscles to keep stability as this foot floats back down and our heel returns to the end of the mat. Beautiful. It's common to allow the knee joint to open, a common mistake, and so we end up with a knee float that looks something like this, and it lands back at a distance from the mat. So we haven't made that kind of single knee float pure hip flexion. So let's go with one more, pure hip flexion. Vertical line, breath in and return. Beautiful. And now we're going to some arm floats. Breath in. Feel that there's a connection from the shoulder blade down your back as you float one arm up towards the ceiling. Don't take it too far, just directly to the ceiling and softly return. Beautiful. So we're looking for this shoulder joint to work like a doorknob turning. That's what it will feel like. So breath in, soft at the front of the shoulder and working from the back. So working from the shoulder blade at the back. Beautiful. And back down. Now we're going to try two at once. So we're very aware of our shoulder blades settling onto the mat and an energy drawing down from the shoulder blades down your back. So this is the double float. Breath in. Feel your shoulder blades connected to the ground so the ribcage stays down softly and return. Beautiful. This time we'll take those double arm floats to a shrug. Remember that you're doing 6 or 8 reps of each exercise in your at-home practice. So we're going to allow the shoulder blades to soften and part as the fingertips reach up to the ceiling. So you feel your shoulder blades let go. Beautiful. And now we want to connect the shoulder blades from the back as we draw them down our back and allow them to drop back down onto the mat. Beautiful. So this really strengthening for the whole shoulder girdle from the back. Shrug up and shrug down. And now at this stage, you can add some alternate arms. So we're going to allow one arm down and one arm overhead, but only so far as we can keep our shoulders down away from our ears. So we don't want a shoulder alternate arm that shrugs up here. So we want to keep that arm down. And so perhaps we won't go all the way to the floor because it's not about how far, but how well we're moving. So that's our alternate arm floats. And now we'll come to our curl up. So both hands behind our head to really support our head. And we're going to take a breath in, connect all the core muscles. Keep the elbows in a little bit so that we can get the movement of the spine. If we've got our elbows out wide, then there's not so much movement accessible through the spine. So bring those elbows in, and we want to nod our nose as we go, which takes us into our neck flexors. If we don't nod the nose, you'll curl up and keep our elbows wide. Your curl up will take strain into the neck, which will look like this. And there'll be a lot of strain. So what we want is the elbows in and the nose nodding. And then curling up, feeling the connection of your pelvic floor and your transverse abdominis muscles of the core, supporting your pelvis to be stable. So we'll do another straight curl up. Beautiful. And back down. And now, referring to the second block, we've added in some extras, and that includes the oblique curl up. So we're going to breathe in and curl up straight And then move toward the oblique direction, extending that arm and feeling this connection of the obliques across your abdominal area. And back down, breath in, curl up, starting straight, and then taking the oblique direction. And if you can feel something strong across here, like a seat belt, then that's what we're looking to achieve. Beautiful. Okay, we're going to then go to our pelvic curl to bridge. So our hands are down by our side. There's connection to our feet, our whole arm, shoulder blades and hands. We're going to breathe in. Take that curl of the pubic bone again, like we did at the very beginning. Curl, pressing our feet into the floor, feeling your glutes come on to support your hamstrings. Up, up, up you come. The knees are keeping their distance apart from each other, and there's a sense of reach from the shoulders out through the knees so that we're not loading the weight of our body into our shoulder girdle. Keep all 10 toes on the floor, take a breath in, and drop your bridge down, down, down through the upper bones, the middle, and the lower lumbar spine last, and then soften at the finish line, back into our neutral pelvis, letting everything release in that moment. I'll do one more. And now, unless you're very new to Pilates, you might like to go to one leg. So we're going to take all the load into one side of our body, so that'll be a much stronger move for the hamstrings and the glutes and for the core to hold the pelvis still. And we're going to add in some floats on the leg that leaves the floor. So breath in, curl up a nice strong pelvic curl to bridge. And now mentally transfer the effort over to this one side. And then when you're ready, allow that foot to float off the floor, just like we did on our knee floats before. That's it. You can do perhaps 4, but you might start out with 2. I'll just do 2, and then drop your bridge down. And now we're going to do one more on the other side. Core is connected. I've mentally transferred my effort to the other side. And back down, keeping this pelvis nice and still. Beautiful. And drop our bridge down. And then we're going to finish this supine series by taking our feet a little wider, our arms out to the side, and then we're going to drop our knees to one side and look along the other side and take a beautiful stretch across our back and across the front of this hip here. It's a beautiful release for your back, and then turn your head and come back to centre and then drop to the other side. And that's where we're finishing for this video.